shit.
What?
That's all right.
I never know why when I set these, because I do the same. It should have been the same as last week because it was exactly, it's not a new meeting or anything.
Yeah. Who knows? But it momentarily confused me.
Well,
Where am I getting the passcode? And I realized you had it written on the.
I started at 4:30 just so that people like you that come in early, we can talk.
Yeah.
And while I was doing it, I was looking at, I get a couple papers on my phone, and the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, where I'm from, they just had a thing come up that says, less than a week after getting his station logo tattooed on his arm, WIL jock Mason Schroeder was let go.
Oh, jeez.
I think that's so funny.
Yeah, it must have been bad mojo. Did it? I wonder if anybody wrote your father's mustache on their body anywhere.
I don't know. Tattoos weren't that big when we were that age. I mean, now I interviewed some lady yesterday who ran this big clinic. She's some big doctor, and I mean, she had this thing all over her leg.
Yeah.
And I was like, really?
I still can't get used to them. I mean, I guess I'm used to them, but
I'm not. I look at him and I just think, what is this going to look like in 30 years?
Yeah, that's true. I knew an older fella in Jacksonville when we lived there, but he was older fella. I mean, he was like, what am I, 72? So he's probably 80 now. But he was a Navy first. He had a Navy career, so he had a tattoo or two. It was just kind of fading and all. So I don't know if that's what will happen to these people's. But
especially older women, when they have them on their breasts and stuff, it sort of just starts. It goes from being a canoe into a ocean liner.
It's terrible. Hello,
hey, Peter.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing well. I'm getting my audio turned up.
Hey, did you have trouble getting in to the meeting?
Yeah, it had enter passcode, which is like a 5 or 6 digit number. I've never seen that before.
No, I haven't. And I set a couple of months of meetings up all at the same time, and it I don't know what's going on.
There's no issue.
Yeah.
Figured it out. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. We're just, I don't know, up in Maryland, it's just, it's rainy it's just windy like crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's windy here today too. They were actually forecasting it. Usually, we have some wind or breezes, but they were saying it was going to be more.
Maybe if you made a paper airplane and flew it out your window, it would end up at my house.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
But I get to go get a haircut tomorrow. My wife, she wouldn't let me go until she called the guy to make sure he had been vaccinated. And he was. I'm like, I'm so thankful, because I've been trying to cut my own hair and it's like a mess. Not that I have that much of it.
I see. My wife cuts my hair.
I wish my wife could, but my wife screws it up.
Well,
there was a short period there where Karen, cut mine a couple times, but as careful as we've been trying to be, we've been able to go for a couple of months to the salon here. They were being socially distant and wearing masks and whatnot. Hello, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Have you ever tried going to a barber college?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to go to those in St. Louis when I was in high school. My mom would take me because it was like for nothing, for like $3.
Hey.
Hey, Rick.
Hello, Rick.
Hey, David.
When I was in New Orleans, I used to go to the Loyola had a dental technician school, and the girls were always looking for people to clean their teeth. So I said, I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I came about the age.
the barber college was always great because there was a place in St. Louis where I would go and get it cut, and they did a good job.
Yeah.
Now,
'Cause-
Pete, you said Loyola's dental school. Do you mean LSU?
No, well, it was on next to Tulane.
That's LSU, wasn't it?
No, it was Tulane.
I-
It was
I mean, I was,
Loyola was right next to Tulane.
Right.
but
Oh,
I was,
St. Charles. Yeah.
I was there in the late '60s, and we didn't have there was no dental school.
Well, this was mid '70s.
Well, maybe they looked at your teeth, David, and said, we need to make a dental school.
Now, one time though, somewhere over the years, I did go to LSU dental school.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had one. I know they had one because the guys that lived next to me when we lived up by City Park, he went to dental school there.
One of the waiters at Mustache was a dental student.
Because I came
was
home
that?
once and
Little short guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Who was
yeah.
that? Who was that?
I don't remember.
I think that might have been my neighbor. I think he didn't work there that long. He was just filling in or something. But he had a roommate. And, you know, remember where Eddie Ali used to live? I used to live at the end of it. There was a fourplex, and you'd walk past Eddie's house, and then there were two more, and then there was my.
Yeah, well, I
Catch-
lived there with Ed,
City Park?
Joe, and John, and I lived there. Yeah, up on St. Joseph Street.
No, this was up by City Park. Ed and Karen lived there for a while.
Oh, okay, that was later.
This was later.
Later.
But I had to walk by everybody's apartment because I was the last apartment. Kent and I were the last
Oh,
apartment.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I came walking up one day, and the guy next to me is eating crawfish, and I had never seen crawfish before. I mean, I had seen crawfish, but we used to catch them in the creeks in St. Louis. But I mean, this guy's sitting there sucking the heads and going, you know, he was a real Cajun. I'm like, what are you doing? And the crawfish are great, but I never got into sucking the heads.
No, I love crawfish. We went to one last Sunday actually.
I heard that they've gotten very expensive.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that too.
They are pretty expensive. I didn't have to pay for them, so. But I know my son Russell, we were at his house, and he was talking about this. Well, they're high right now. He said, "I don't know, you know."
Does that mean don't eat too many? Or
No, you just rush and eat as many as you can for anyone else. So you're.
All right,
a couple of sacks.
just for you, just for David and Rick's knowledge, we're delaying our trip to New Orleans, so I won't be calling you for a little while. Emily
I was
had
just
some.
asking you, are you in New Orleans? You're at home right now.
Yeah, we're at home. Emily had
Okay.
some. She has to go to a doctor this week because she had
Oh, okay.
some blood tests that came back not too good, and she has to see a specialist.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry to
Well,
hear that.
keep her in our
Yeah.
prayers.
Yeah, well, thanks. And hopefully we'll be there after that. The problem is we rent. You know, Emily's into all these little deals, so she rented the house. So now we're moving to a friend of ours is selling their house, and they've just sold it, and the truck is coming the 26th of the month. So we're going to stay up there for a couple of weeks because we can't tell the people that are coming, just no, you can't have the house. But
Yeah.
Emily gets me into all these kind of deals. Once before, she had this meeting in Toronto. So she says, you want to go to Toronto? I go, yeah, that sounds good. But then when it comes time to go, the tickets are too expensive. You know, her ticket's paid by her business, but mine's not. So she goes, would you mind staying at home with the dog? And I go, oh, that's okay. Which wasn't a problem. I was fine with that. But then she goes, well, the problem is that I traded the house with somebody, so you're going to have to go. I said, well, where am I going to go? And she said, well, you're going to go next door. Martha's going to let you stay over there, you and the dog. And I'm like, Martha, the lady that talks to herself? So the dog and I are in this house, and my friend who does a lot of work, a carpenter around here, was telling me how crazy Martha was. You know, he's working in her house, and he kept saying, what, Martha? She goes, no, I'm talking to myself. And
Oh.
so I'm staying in this bedroom in her house, and I was the same thing. I go, what, Martha? She goes, no, I'm just talking to myself. I go,
My wife does that a lot.
and I said, well, Martha, are you answering yourself?
Uh,
And she said, no, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I hopefully we'll be down after next week, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, let us know.
Yeah, we will.
We'll let you know.
Because we're already paying for an Airbnb down there too. So
Yeah.
but luckily the people here are paying for whatever. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't think I'm ever going to rent the house again now. There's just too many ups and downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
As my
can't
British
imagine
friend
doing
would say, the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
That's true. The juice
like
isn't
that.
worth the squeeze. That's true. And then my youngest son said, well, I tried to talk you out of renting the house. I go, I just said to Emily, I said, I don't remember him trying to talk us out of renting the house. The kids they always know what's best, but
Oh, of course.
they always make me feel like I'm an idiot.
Now, is he the one that's buying a house? Didn't you say one of them's buying a house?
Yeah, he bought a house in San Francisco, and the other one has a condo in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
The condo in Oakland is really nice. It's an old grocery warehouse, so it's got these really high ceilings, these concrete walls. I could live in it. It's one gigantic room, and then they built a kitchen and a bathroom and stuff in the middle of that gigantic room. And but if you try to change anything, it's like 10-inch thick walls. So the jackhammer. Yeah. But it's nice. And the hallways to get to, like lots of times in apartments and condos, the hallways are tiny and it's like some New York tenement. These halls are really wide and it's just it's great. And the other kid bought a house right by the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, his wife is a trust fund and she has money, so it sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Amen.
He has got a pretty good job, and so does she. So he's paying more of the mortgage than she is to pay her back for the big down payment. But they did good.
That's good. Right there, right with a view of the Golden Gate Bridge.
No, not a view. No, that would be really expensive.
Okay.
But this is right by Golden Gate Park, so it's in the city. All their friends live there, so.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wish it was. I mean, I saw this one house for like 27 million. It had a view of the Golden Gate, and it was this big house. And I'm like, yeah, I could, let's crack into our. Emily said,
Is that the one you had a bunch of pictures of?
Yeah, that's the one I had a bunch of pictures of.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Looks like a nice little weekend place. Yeah.
Well, Emily said we couldn't handle the condo fees. I go, well, that's true.
Hey, Snake.
Hey, Snake.
Hello, Snake.
Hey, Snake.
How you doing?
Hello.
Snake, did you have to use a passcode to get in?
I did.
Sorry
I did
about
too.
that. I don't know what happened. I haven't changed anything. It was set up like months ago for a whole bunch of meetings, and now I'll get my wife to check on it later because she knows this stuff better than I do.
Right on the sign-in line, I had the passcode under it. The sign-in line had the passcode right there.
So you knew what it was, so it wasn't hard to find.
Well, it just said
What is this?
password was like 5 or 6 numbers.
Yeah, 58769. I don't know whatever it was, but it was right there.
Well, I initially panicked thinking I don't remember getting a passcode, but when I look back at the email that you sent with the link, you had it listed underneath.
Yeah, it's just, but that is the first time I've ever had to use one too.
Hey, Tom, another name to add to your invite list.
Okay, let me get a piece of paper.
He and I are coming to the convention together. He's an excellent tuba player and played at the Denver Club.
Okay.
Jim Calm. His email is calmfamily@aol.com.
So
CALM
CALM family
@aol.com.
Okay, Jim Calm, Denver tuba player.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're coming to the reunion. I'm coming. I think Billy's flying up here, and we're going to drive up.
Jim and I are going to try and we're looking into flight arrangements now. We're going to share a room and cut down some expense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of in the middle right now. Maybe I'm just not real sure yet. Like to, want to.
It's fun to see everybody, especially.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of musicians come, but sometimes us waiters, when we come, we can see each other too, because it's been a while. but I'll see you in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for,
Be nice
for
to go
those
up
of
there,
us
though.
that don't make it, I was hoping we could have a Zoom connection with the reunion.
Well, I was thinking
I won't hold
of
my
that.
breath.
No, that's easy to do.
Really?
That'd be good, yeah.
Yeah, you know, we could have just a computer sitting in the middle of the place and set up a time.
Mhm.
And
I
after
mean,
that,
Billy might be able to do something with the concert, but I'm not real good at that kind of stuff. But we'll see. I'm trying to edit something together from a bunch of outtakes from John and God, who was not Keith? Who was the funny guy that just died?
Uh,
Jeff.
Jeff. Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to
Jeff
put some
Oswald.
things together with John and Jeff, and then the guy that lived in Europe, just so we can kind of see some of the stuff they said, because John was
Steve.
pretty funny.
Yeah, he was a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's the air conditioning doing? Is it working?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything's fine.
that's good.
Being that it's, well, let's see, today wasn't too bad. Yesterday was like right at 90 already, 88, 89.
really?
So, yeah,
Yeah.
with just, you know,
Yeah, you
things
gotta,
you love. You don't have to shower down here. You stand out there and sweat and you know, like.
yeah, after you talk about crawfish, which I miss, I'm glad that you're mentioning the 90-degree humid weather, because that I don't miss.
Well, if you talk to Rick, maybe he'll take a FedEx box and put about 2 pounds of crawfish in there and send them to you, and you can get the nice odor when it comes.
Yeah, I'll do that. And maybe a couple of pounds of heat too. That way you'll feel at home, you know.
Oh, I've become an Amazon user,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll have to check. Maybe I can order on Amazon.
Well,
That's
I've, you know, I know that he's the richest man in the world, and I hate to give him money, but it works so well. And
Yeah,
I bought my
It
son,
does.
I bought my son some Central Grocery olive salad for like 20 some dollars a bottle or whatever it was.
On Amazon?
17, no, well, they have it. So
Really?
I buy this stuff for $17. I go to the mail place to mail it to him, and it was going to be like another $20 to mail it. And I just wasn't going to do that. That's just too much. So I go back and I thought, I'm going to look on Amazon. And there it is on Amazon, $20, including
Wow.
the shipping.
Jeez.
And I just sent it to him. I go, this is fantastic. You know?
Yeah. Now, are you a Prime member or just?
Yeah, no, yeah, because Emily is. I just use hers. But it also gets you the Prime Video.
We are too. You got
Have you-
Amazon Prime, you got all the shows and everything.
Yeah, you get, and
It's worth it.
yeah,
The video's worth it?
the video. I like the video because I hardly ever watch Netflix. I would get rid of Netflix except that my kids piggyback on my stuff.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, the video is worth it because there's a lot of shows on there.
Yeah, we watch a lot more of Prime than we do at Netflix. or
Yeah.
Hulu.
right now, I don't know if you know the history of how Netflix started. The guy that started Netflix got pissed off at Blockbuster because they wanted to charge him a late fee for returning the
Oh,
video.
really?
He said, F you, I'm going to figure it out and do it myself. And now he's a multi-millionaire.
There's only one Blockbuster left. There is. It's somewhere out west somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah.
Well, then I read about this woman this week who
The
you know,
video.
she owed a videotape, and the
20
company's not
years
even in
late.
business anymore. And she's getting turned down for jobs and crazy.
Yeah. It's a
But
felony.
it's shown up on her credit report?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it showed up that she had a warrant for her.
Oh, my God.
A
Yeah.
felony warrant for not returning a movie.
Ah.
But I think it's getting taken care of, I'm sure, but you know.
Yeah, but she didn't know about it for the longest time.
I don't know. She didn't even rent the movie. Someone in
Yeah.
her family did or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I had
And
something
then
like that with an insurance thing that they kept sending to the wrong zip code, so I never saw it. And finally, one day it kind of pops up, and I go, so I call them up and I said, "What?" They go, "We've been sending you notices for 2 years." I go, "Well, I don't know where they are, but I've never seen them." It was like $1,400. I just went and paid it. and everything was fine, but it could have been, you know, some of those things could be
Oh,
bad,
yeah.
especially if I didn't have the $1,400.
Yeah. Yes, they had a couple of warrants out for her for that. I mean, it's just ridiculous
Unbelievable.
for some
Yeah.
kind of $5 rental. They said it was the movie was worth 50 something dollars, I think. So hey, Mike.
Hey,
Mike.
Mike,
Hello, Mike.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Snake, how you doing?
Good.
All right.
Good, good.
Here's Bill.
hey,
Hey,
Bill.
Bill.
What's up, Blake?
Bill's out working today. Bill's a working man.
I'm here.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, yeah, I just got on. Yeah,
Hey, Mike.
yeah, I got to get my ears hooked up now.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
Hey,
Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie.
Nice to see you.
Hey, Mike. I had a couple beers with Jim Coleman and Dave Marshall yesterday. It's
Really?
seventh anniversary of Al Hayes' death.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. Al Hayes, he used to work with Joe Petrocelli playing tuba, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know him that well.
Yeah, we played with him a lot in a different band.
He was up at the Denver club.
Yeah. He didn't play Mustache. He was a local entertainer.
Oh, okay.
We won't hold it against him.
The only other club in the chain I've ever been to other than New Orleans all those years was the Denver club. Went there one time.
Nice
Me and a
place,
friend of
Larimore
mine.
Square.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I liked it. It was good. It was a smaller version of the New Orleans club, the long, thin club.
Yeah. As I
Well,
remember, did you
about
walk
100
in and there was like an entrance hallway with, I mean, the bar was like along that, and then the bandstand was over there with a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, something, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You walk in, there's a big long bar on the right-hand side,
yeah, yeah.
waiting area type thing, then the main part of the club, and the band would be on the right-hand side, down halfway.
Right.
And up, raised. The band
Yeah.
raised up too.
Hey, Mike, I saw Arkansas pop up on the weather map. Has your weather been okay?
It's been shitty.
Okay.
Yeah,
Saturday.
it's been very wet.
Oh,
I went out and went up to Missouri on Wednesday, and then I came back down to Harrison, which is just south of Branson, and I couldn't get to the house. Some of the low water slabs were completely covered.
oh, wow.
So I had to wait about 6 hours for the water to go down before I get
Oh,
home.
my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, we got about 4.5 inches here at the house.
Whoa.
Yeah, we noticed on the weather about the severe weather going through Arkansas,
Yeah, it
northern Louisiana, Arkansas, so forth. Wow.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some bad weather Sunday, but I think they said next Wednesday we're supposed to get five inches or more here.
Yeah.
So it must be slowly
Yeah.
moving in.
You didn't get any, well, we didn't, supposed to have had all this rain today, Bill. You know, it had nothing.
Yeah, I
happened.
had an
Staying up
outside.
north.
Yeah, I had a job that was outdoors this morning. Actually, yeah, not longer, and it was supposed to be raining, so I'm glad it didn't.
It stayed north of Hattiesburg, around Brookhaven, those areas. Keep
Yeah.
on going like that.
Well, next time it snows, I'll send you some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fax it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I graduated north in Denver in 62, and 2 days after we graduated, they had a snowstorm in June in Denver.
Wow.
Not unheard of at all.
No.
And then the next
Well,
day it's 75 degrees, you're out in full sleep.
That's true.
Back in 1963, during the summer, I worked up at Yellowstone Park. And on the 4th of July, we had about 2 feet of snow.
Yep.
And by that afternoon, it all melted away. We were back in shorts. I was working
Mhm.
up there.
Well, Monday and Tuesday here, we're supposed to have heat indexes 100 or higher, you know.
Ah, the good old
So it's like
summertime.
it's gonna be instant
Okay.
August. Yeah,
Hey, Jim.
August and May. Good morning, Jim.
Jim.
Hey,
Hi
Jim.
there.
Well,
Yeah.
What's new, Jim?
Not a whole lot on my side. I mean, Marty and Joel are crawling all over New Haven trying to get things together.
Ah,
He had a meeting today with the guy from the Arts Council who's going to be our partner in this, I guess. I guess I could call him a partner. I don't know. But all that's going out without my knowledge or assistance. I don't know what the hell they're up, what they've accomplished. But we'll find out soon.
Yep.
The big work is to get the vendors committed so you can put together a budget and figure out where all the numbers come out.
Yeah.
Well, Snake is driving up, so we'll see him.
Who?
Snake and Jim Calm is driving together, so.
No, we're not driving, we're flying.
Oh, flying. Okay.
ah,
They're coming.
They're coming.
You got a
Good.
count that, Jim?
What?
I got 26 people who have either replied to my note or have let me know, like you guys, and 26 guys and 14 guests so far. If it comes in around 30, that'll be just fine.
Hey, Jim, there's another one coming, Jim Calm. He's a tuba player from the Denver Club.
Yeah, he's on my list.
Okay,
Good. More the
Snake,
merrier.
you coming, Snake?
yeah,
Great.
I gotta line up some oxygen for a concentrator.
Yeah.
That couldn't be a problem.
Okay, great.
well,
Can you share with
anybody
Mike
who's-
John?
And they were saying to book your rental cars as quick as you can because they sold the fleets off, and some people in Hawaii are renting U-Hauls to drive around.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
I
read
read
that, yeah.
about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
We're gonna
missed
try and fly direct to New Haven.
okay.
yeah.
Anybody's-
The New Haven airport's pretty close to New Haven, actually. Not far at all.
Well,
You might do better coming into Bradley, which is a little bit north of Hartford, which is, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour drive.
Bradley?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Bradley's a much bigger airport. And,
Billy's flying into BWI, and Tom Wolf Limousine Service is picking him up.
Yeah,
oh, good.
that's right. Complimentary drinks and everything. We'll stop and pick up hitchhikers if we need more people.
Right.
at the-
That's great.
Route 95 Express, huh?
That's right.
Oh,
Ah,
boy.
yes, yeah.
Oh, the most disgraceful roadway in the country, I'll tell you. It's just awful.
I used to work for Verizon, so I would drive that a lot. And I would give myself so many extra hours to get up there. And it was crazy.
Whenever I would leave here to go south, I plan to get through Washington by noontime. So I really have to leave here like 5 o'clock in the morning to get through Washington. What a nightmare that place can be.
Yeah. And then especially when you get down by Richmond.
Exactly.
You never knew what was going to happen then.
Not the easiest
Never-
traffic, huh?
No, it's just, it's the big main artery from Florida to New York and Boston. So
Yeah, it goes from Maine to Key West. I mean, it goes the whole way, basically.
Lord.
Yeah, there's no alternate routes to take to get off and on, or
A lot of people up here have some sort of a western route they go. They go out toward in the middle of Pennsylvania, and then they go south, and it seems to work out better for them. But I've never done it, so I don't know.
I just put it in Waze, and Waze tells me, if they send me a different route, it's because something's wrong. So I said, okay.
Yeah, let's hear it for software, man. When it works, it's great.
so the first function is going to be Friday night or Friday afternoon or
Friday night,
Friday night. Okay,
party time.
yeah.
Do we have a location on that yet, Jim?
Yeah, Marty, it'll be in the hotel, but, and frankly, I forget the name of the hotel.
Doesn't matter.
If Marty were on the phone, he could take us through the whole thing, case, chapter and verse, but I just don't remember. I know it's
Okay.
downtown. I know it's downtown New Haven, and I know it's spitting distance from the theaters where we're going to play it. And that's about all I know.
Is there a motto, we'll leave a light on for you?
No, that's the one. I mean, it's a real hotel, you know, with
Okay.
more than one floor, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, when I was driving out to Arizona once, we passed through this little town in Texas, and they had a motel called the It'll Do. That was the name of the motel. It'll Do Motel. I was like,
Not very encouraging, huh?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's, you know, God knows.
It was
where
only a
back
motel
then.
for 100 miles, though, either way.
Yeah. That's right. Maybe
It'll
so.
Do.
Yeah, It'll Do. Yeah.
Wasn't run by Norman Bates, was it?
No. Yeah, I think they had, yeah. I think it was in Clyde, Texas. Clyde. Yeah.
Clyde, Texas.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? Oh.
Well, you know, after the mustache for a while, after when I was in college, I worked at the San Antonio Inn on Airline Highway in New Orleans, where they
Oh,
showed
boy. The free porno movies.
the free porno movies, which were just a half-inch video machine that they had 3 movies and it would just kind of run back to back and
Yeah.
black and white. And they weren't even hardcore. They were very soft core. And after a while, there'd be a bunch of kids that would always be leaving about 2 a.m. They'd rent a room, have some pizza, and watch these porno movies because, you know, they weren't that prevalent at the time. So I started figuring out, oh, I could just go in and throw the pizza box away because they never use the beds and clean them up and resell them. So the first time I did that, the manager comes in next morning and I said, yeah, we got 104% occupancy. He goes, you screwed it up somehow. You can't have more than 100%. I go, yeah, you can if you resell the room.
Oh,
And
man.
that was actually on a little billboard, free adult movies and.
Oh yeah, they had a big butt.
San Antonio
They had a woman with a big butt and blue jeans, and in the pockets, San Antonio Inn free porno
Oh,
movies.
Lord.
I think it was $5 a night and bring your own sheets, huh? Something like that.
No, it was pretty funny because they had the porno king of San Antonio supplied the movies. The vice president was the TV guy who put the new TVs in, and the other partner was the guy who was a broker in bankrupt motels. So they'd get these bankrupt motels. They would just put a new bed and a new TV in. They didn't even have vacuum cleaners to clean these things. It was totally disgusting. But they'd put new sheets on and the clientele, you know, like, I mean, this older woman walks in one night, looks like a grandma. And I said, yes, ma'am, can I help you? She goes,
Hey, Barry.
Hello, Barry.
do you have mirrors on the ceiling? And I go, no.
Oh, Lordy.
Mr. Foulon, is it?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Barry,
What's going on?
Not much.
good to see you.
Good to see y'all.
How was Fritzl's this week?
Crowded.
Well,
Yeah.
everything's back at 100% capacity now, right? Or starting, whatever.
Well, no, I don't think. No, not 100% capacity. For instance, the job I work at Arno's is no music yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you're doing Wednesdays at Fritzl's?
Wednesdays at Fritzl's. I am playing Mother's Day at Arno's, but they won't, no singing and no horns. So I got Danny Rubio, he's gonna play piano.
Okay.
So piano, banjo, and bass. It'll sound like shit, but who, you know. we don't care.
Yeah. Man, not even a kazoo, huh? Man.
No, they don't want to blow on horns.
You know, wind instruments are, still not going anywhere. I saw the New York Symphony gave a concert, but it was all strings. They wouldn't have it. The wind instruments weren't allowed.
Wow.
Wow.
They get a mask for the trumpet or something, you know? Get a
Yeah.
mask for
Yeah,
the
I've seen
trumpet,
those. They put
trombone.
like a cover over it.
Yeah. Yeah. What if they use that little bulb in the end of the trumpet to make it squeaky? Does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Now down at Fritzl's, we have the plexiglass in front of us, and that's working out fine.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that on the news the other night. They had a picture of Fritzl's, and it was I don't remember who was playing there, but it was very interesting. It was just as you described it.
Yeah.
plexiglass up in front of you
Right.
and yeah.
It's not too bad. I mean, I'd rather it not be there, but it's not bad. After a few minutes, you don't even see it anymore.
Okay.
Is Kevin Clark still playing?
Yeah, he worked with me Wednesday night.
Good.
How long are you there, Barry? 3 hours?
Oh, 3.5, 4 hours.
Wow, you can still do a 4-hour gig? Woof.
Yeah. But
Good
I
for
tell
you.
you what, I think people being pent up so long, the crowds have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people want to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah,
tell you
but-
what,
sure.
we've been getting a sympathy tip, I think. We say a couple of times on the microphone, it's great to be back. We haven't seen you all a long time. In fact, it's been a year since we got any tips.
Yeah.
That works, man. Working good.
And so we get the sympathy tip. People are putting 10s in instead of 5s. That's pretty good.
Hey,
All right.
All right.
those $10 bills don't bounce, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, it's still pretty sparse up here. I just had I had a July 3rd gig cancel on me because they couldn't sell tickets to the damn, it was at a yacht club and they just couldn't, they couldn't convince the members to come in. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know I got on about 15 minutes late. Is there any news for the reunion that I missed, maybe?
Not really. Not really. Joel was meeting with the Arts Council guy today and I haven't heard from him, so I don't know what he's up to. Nothing's happening on my front other than the fact that the kindly Mr. Gentry has sent us a lot of charts, which I will be sending out to a lot of different people. Thank you for that, Mike. It's very nice of you to do that. And
There were non-traditional mustache music.
sure.
People, you know, a lot of banjo players never heard of Swinging on a Star or Flatfoot Floozy. What is it? Flatfoot
Flatfoot
Floozy.
Floozy.
Fuji.
Flatfoot Floozy with a Floyd.
Floyd
Yeah.
Road.
Never heard of it.
That was a hit for Slam Stewart.
Flatfoot
He,
Fuji with the Floyd Road.
Flat. I mean, I never played it with him, but I was in the same room when he played it. But he had a gig with who the hell was it? The gig was Slim and Slam Stewart, and I forget who Slim was, but they had a hit with that tune, Flatfoot Fuji. He used to do it. He when he was working with the Jazz at the Philharmonic people. I saw him do it there.
Mike,
Yeah, but a lot of tunes there. What software did you use to do that, or did you do it?
I use Finale.
Okay, interesting.
Finale.
Interesting.
It's it comes out readable. That's what I like. You
Yeah, it's
know.
very nice. Yeah, I mean, it's big enough print so you can see it from this far away, and it's fine, just fine.
And it's on the keys that Joel sent out, so we don't have to do any transposing either. So it's all been transposed. That's what's nice about Finale. You want it from C to B flat, you go, boom, gone. It's there, you know. And it's,
well, let me tell you
sometimes the chords come out a little strange. They're inharmonic spelling. Sometimes you'll get an F flat or something like that instead of an E.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
never
it's very
thought I'd
strange.
see the day when I'd be playing mustache music using charts.
None of these are mustache stuff, Barry. I'll send them to you. I'll send Barry the charts, Kim.
Sure. Great.
He knows them all, but he might miss some. There could be many mistakes there that I've made too. So if you catch something, let me know.
Did y'all decide how long the concerts are going to be? I mean, time-wise?
Total elapsed time will probably be close to 2 hours, probably an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 40 of playing, something like that.
Okay.
At least that's what the running thing says. I'll send that to everybody as well. As soon as I get my list updated, I'm having trouble with my computer. My somehow or other my Microsoft Office thing has decided to get get finicky. So I got to figure out what's wrong with that before I can do much with it.
Sorry,
So
Like,
today,
I'm an Apple guy.
as soon as I finish this call, I'm taking my mom and dad out to dinner. It's their 71st wedding anniversary.
Yeah, I
Wow.
saw that
Wow.
picture.
Right.
That was a great picture on the Facebook page that Dottie put
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
yeah.
Tell them congratulations. That's
Here.
fantastic.
My dad just called me. I was out at the park. Said, look, and he's suffering from a little bit of dementia. But he called me up. Look, Barry, are you wearing a suit? I said, no, I'm wearing shorts and a shirt. So, okay, Hoss, that's all right.
Yeah, I remember your dad having those crab boils in your
Oh,
garage.
yeah.
Well, married 71
Oh,
years
not
now, so they're
crab
both in their 90s then, I guess, or
Yeah,
close
he's
to.
93, but
Yeah.
he took sick about 4 months ago, and now he's suffering from dementia. And it's tough. It's hard.
Yeah.
He could remember 20 years ago and give you all the facts and details, but you ask him something about 10 minutes ago,
Yeah.
and you don't remember it, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
that will come to all of you guys. I mean, I can give you the lineup for the Red Sox in 1948, but I can't give you the current one.
Mhm.
Wow.
But he's saying, this is my house. I don't remember. He'd been there living there for 20, 30 years, you know?
That's
I didn't
good.
know this was my house. And
Yeah.
all that. So it gets tough sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm
So he's
wondering-
home, huh?
He
He's at
remembers
home?
he likes oysters, so I'm taking him to eat oysters tonight.
Where you going?
The little
Kim.
place in Kenner, not Fisherman's Cove, but the harbor, Seafood Harbor.
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't been there, but yeah, I heard it's really good.
I've been there a couple of times. It's really fresh seafood.
Mhm.
You know, and he
Slim
loves oysters, so he
Gaillard?
gets- Huh?
Slim Gaillard? That sound
That's
right?
the one. That's Slim. Yeah,
Gaillard.
that's right. Slim Gaillard. Yeah, right. Gaillard. Right. Yeah.
Gaillard.
Right.
Yep.
I never met him, but I knew Slim pretty well. I used to.
Wow.
He used to. George Wayne had this band called the Newport All Stars, and Slim was the bass player. Warren Vichet was a trumpet player. He had a. I'm trying to remember the rest of the band. Oliver Jackson played drums, and George, of course, played piano. Scott Hamilton was in it, and then he had another They had another saxophone player who was an Ellington alumni, but I can't remember his name. They would come to Paris when we lived there. They would come to Paris and play about a week, maybe 2 weeks at the Hotel Meridian, which was not far from our house. So I used to hang with them a lot. So
Ira?
What'd you say,
Hello,
Ira?
Howdy, Ira.
Hey, Ira,
About time, Ira.
I'm looking for Marty.
Marty.
doing stick shit in the hogs, ate them, just need to eat them.
Hey.
Pete, you going to Clearwater this week, huh?
No,
Oh, you're not going. What's his name? DeFeo's going, I think.
yeah, it's just, it's like an hour and a half to 2 hour drive to fight the
Right.
traffic to just for lunch and come back.
A good lunch, Pete.
We'll
So-
see
so
everybody in
lunch here.
October.
Suncoast is this weekend, is that right?
What's that, Bear?
Is it the Suncoast Festival this weekend or was it last weekend?
I don't know. We're talking about meeting at Joan Dragon's Cafe. Because John McLernan's coming in.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Lunch.
But I'm not going either because it's 2.5 hours for me to have lunch. So
No.
we'll see everybody in October.
Lord willing.
I'm hoping.
And the creek don't rise.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Just remember, we're all COVID dependent. If this thing keeps going and it keeps improving, then we'll be cool. But if it turns around and we have another wave, God help us all.
Yeah.
well, what happens if you pay for your reservation for the hotel and the shit hits the fan, do you get your money back?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
have any. I have no idea. I have no idea.
It's not worth it.
Marty would know that,
Yeah, well, he's not here, so.
depending what hotel.
Yeah, most hotels have a cancellation thing. If you cancel within 24 hours or something.
That's
before
usually the
they-
case.
Yeah.
That's
but
usually the case, yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
fly, then you've got airline problems.
Peter,
And,
you trying to talk yourself out of going? Don't do that, Peter.
Well, Barry, I'm
Oh.
not 25 anymore.
well, tell
Really?
me about it.
But
Well,
you're
he said,
good,
what?
you're still good looking, Peter.
Oh, thanks, Barry. I love you too.
Lions.
Let's get a room.
Peter,
Mark-
I remember the time you bought that hot pink bikini bathing suit. Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. Those were my stupid years.
Oh, let me tell you what. Look, here I am 50 years later. I still remember that sight. I can't get it out of my mind.
Barry, there's a
And you're
few
trying.
things- There's a few things I remember about us in
Oh.
Jersey, and
Oh,
nobody's gonna know about it.
yeah.
Uh-oh. Would you guys like a
Especially
private
our
room chat?
wives.
Mhm.
Yeah, Peter had a bright pink Speedo.
Oh,
Where
Man.
did he wear it?
Huh?
Where? New York?
No, out in New Jersey, out on the beach, and wow.
Wildwood.
Oh, God, no wonder you don't go back to Wildwood anymore.
Lord.
What happens in Wildwood stays in Wildwood.
Yeah, really.
Yes,
In
indeed.
your case, that's a good thing, Pete,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
Spent a whole week there one night.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved to see what Terra would say about that, Barry, huh?
He saw it.
He did?
Joe Terra saw Peter in the Speedo. He couldn't get over that.
He called it a banana hammock.
He could never get over it, man, I don't know. He started rushing on the washboard that night.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's funny.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, long time ago.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
What else is new? What's happening in the world?
Well, they moved the Jazz Festival to October. So it's going to be about roughly the same time as we're going up to New Haven, one of the weekends of the Jazz Fest.
It's the first weekend of Jazz Fest. It's right after French
Yeah.
Quarter Fest.
Oh, really?
Oh.
French Quarter Fest, and the next 2 weeks.
Boy,
of Jazz Fest.
October's going to be crazy. It's a good thing they decided not to have the reunion here because it would be hard to get a hotel room in October in New Orleans.
Here's the burp shield that was supposed to stop the spit for the COVID. So
Oh, really?
It's making- the trumpets have what's called a whisper mute. It looks like it's a whisper mute, but they just sold it as a burp mute.
Hmm.
but look, they even have a thing to stop the spit from coming out.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah, look at it. Yeah.
Look at that.
Is
One
it a
man's
cornet or a
garbage.
trumpet? Looks like a cornet.
Yeah.
Yeah. One man's garbage is another man's gold.
Name Burp.
Man.
I was just trying to find something to put up.
See if you can find a tuba player with a hot pink Speedo on.
Yeah, right.
That'd be good.
Peter, you still have that Speedo bathing suit?
No comment.
Oh,
Whoa!
You know, he's gonna wear it to the next Zoom meeting.
Man, look, I couldn't get over that. I couldn't get over it, Peter.
That was over 40 years ago.
Well, here's a couple
Still not
years
over.
back when Snake was
Oh, yeah.
playing.
Look at Snake, man.
Got hair.
Snake had hair.
Vanasek playing banjo.
Right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Who's playing trombone? Looks like Uyghur.
No, it's not Uyghurs. That's the guy. I didn't know the guy real well.
What-
It says
what
Bob
club is that?
Vanasek on my list here.
Yeah,
What club is that?
That's Denver, isn't it?
yeah, that's.
Oh, yeah.
That's Denver Club. Yeah.
So is Snake on the right or in the middle?
Right.
Right.
No, the middle looks like Vanasek.
Yeah, you're right.
It is Oh, that's Vanasek, yeah.
That's Vanishek, yeah.
I got another one here with it has Snake with Jerry Goodnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get that one up. Takes a second. Hold on.
He was the first mustache banjo player I ever heard.
Who,
You
Barry?
know, what's up? The guy with the mustache on the left, Jerry Goodnight.
Oh, my.
Is that Denver too?
Yep.
He
He's got the band.
He played a summer in New Orleans. He played the summer of '69 or something like that in New Orleans.
He was with the
Oh.
Scope Band too, wasn't
I don't know, but you know what? I was real young. It was my first experience with mustache music, but he entertained me. I thought he was very good.
Hmm.
Mike, did you know him? Good night.
Oh, yeah, very well.
he?
Yep.
He's passed.
Yeah, well, that face that's on his banjo looks like what's on one of the albums. The Mustache albums has a
Yeah.
banjo with a face on it.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, the album is on the, looks like the piano behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It
see
is.
Yeah, okay.
What's the guy, Snake, what's the trombone player's name? Ron something or other.
Can't remember.
What is it?
That's not,
Ron something or other.
Not Ron Janzik, huh?
No. Way before Ron Janley. 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
Oh, well.
How many could you seat in the Denver club?
Oh,
What, 100?
yeah, probably.
About 100.
So it was a good bit smaller in New York and New Orleans.
Yep.
How many did New Orleans have?
It
It was
depends
be like
on
New Orleans.
configuration.
It'd be like New Orleans at, when the stage is right far, close up to the front of the house.
New Orleans was about 200 at half room and maybe closer to 375 at full room.
Wow.
Whoa.
So, yeah, it was close to 400, yeah.
I think New York was like two and a quarter.
It was something like that.
Wildwood
It
was
was
700
Wildwood was gigantic.
700.
And he filled it. He filled it.
every night. There's a line outside with 700 seated.
Yep.
That's amazing.
700.
That's why he could afford two bands back to back, continuous.
Yeah.
music.
Back to back, and he would actually stop the band sometimes. Jimmy Kane would stop it and to turn the room.
Right.
Or
What a good problem, what a nice problem to have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
really.
that was and the stage was like it had a runway, Gim. Like you had
Yeah.
a stage big enough to put a drum set on there, plus the guys, plus you had a runway for the singer.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
It was very, very nice. I worked there when Barry come back to go to school.
I think Tom was the drummer there, right? Big Tom?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big Tom.
Tom Deacus.
Big Tom.
Oh, yeah.
That's in Mustache, New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's
There's
Bennett.
Peter.
That's Barry, Maynard.
Maynard.
Who's next to Danny?
No, not
Les-
Danny.
That's not
That's
Danny, that's
Peter.
Les
That's Les-
Davies.
That's
Oh.
Les Bennett.
Les
Look
Davies.
like Danny real
Peter.
quick.
That's
Yeah,
Peter.
That's Peter.
me.
Peter
Pete?
on the,
Okay.
yeah,
Les Davies.
and Maynard and Barry.
Does anybody remember why Les Bennett's changed his name to Les Davies?
I don't
No,
know
I
why
have
he
no
did
idea.
that.
I think it had to do with the law.
You may be right.
Well,
David,
picture-
you the one that hired him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember about the change in names though, but like I say though, just from hearing something about his history.
Yeah. I remember he used to carry a pistol in his boot.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
right. That's right.
he had a brother, Ian, that was around. Did he ever show up down there?
No.
No.
He can put away some liquor though.
Who, Les Davies? Yeah, he could
Yeah.
drink.
Drink
we
a
all
bottle
were
of
drinkers.
Unlike the rest, unlike the rest of the band.
No, we all
Yeah,
were
right.
drinkers, but Les Davies was a notch above us.
I'm just amazed that my liver is so good.
You got to remember the history. I mean, the Brits know a thing about beer. and they consume great quantities of it.
Yeah.
But he didn't drink beer.
He didn't drink too much beer. He was drinking, if you went to his apartment, he had 1 million empty bottles of booze.
Oh, Lord,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'll destroy you. You gotta be careful.
May have destroyed him.
Yeah. Now, I remember I was waiting on some British people, and one guy had a real thick British accent, and he says, "Say, mate, why don't you blow me to a beer?" And I said, "I don't want a beer that bad."
That's good. Look, Les Davies used to perspire so much on the bandstand. In fact, I'm seeing Peter with his arm around it. It's kind of tough, but he sweat so much that the sweat off his hand warped his banjo neck, and he always was out of tune. Remember that, Peter?
I do. Yeah, now that you mention it, yes.
So much
Lord.
sweat it warped his neck.
Oh, Lord, really? Oh, my.
Yeah. So he was always out of tune. He played that Vega banjo. He's holding it right there.
Yeah.
The neck was warped, so it was always out of tune.
Maybe.
He should have worn one of those drip guards. Yeah.
Schlitz beer, 325, huh? I think it went to 275 when I was in Denver.
It was 350 in New York.
But
But I don't, what year was this picture taken?
That was
73,
70,
74.
70, no,
Two.
that's
72.
72, fall of 72.
Yeah, we were getting 350 a picture.
Mhm.
Let's see, $5 for champagne. That must have been a high-end champagne.
Uh,
Yeah, it was Marie Antoinette.
It was the
Yeah.
height of low.
We'd always make such a big deal out of somebody ordered a bottle of champagne. Well, what is it? We'd go out with a little champagne and pop the cork for them and
Right.
everything. It was I remember it was Marie Antoinette. I don't know if they still sell that.
I don't
stuff.
remember ever selling any champagne.
Was the champagne $5 a bottle or $5
Right.
a glass?
It was
Oh,
$5 a
for the
bottle.
whole bottle.
Yeah.
Sweet,
It's
Jesus.
really good stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy,
real
I
good.
tell you.
And
Oh, they're
we
the
made a
best.
profit.
You-
Made a
you
profit
could-
off of it too. So they probably bought it for $1.
You could remove paint with that stuff. My God.
Yeah. It was the same stuff they used for 10-cent champagne night. Was it Tuesday nights, 10-cent champagne for the ladies?
Right, yeah.
Tuesday?
Oh,
Yeah.
we never had that in New York. You had to buy the bottle.
Yeah, it was like they'd get a little half a cup of, I think we'd sell it to them in the rocks glasses, and the rocks glass wasn't even full for 10 cents.
So, yeah, I think.
That sounds familiar. I mean, I remember it was on the menu, but I don't remember anybody ever buying it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I sold some champagne. Yeah.
Huh. Amazing.
$5 a bottle.
Boy, that doesn't sound good.
That's New Orleans.
That's the New Orleans Club.
That's New Orleans.
Yeah,
That's
that was almost the full room, and it looks like we didn't set those. You see where those chairs were stacked up way in the back. The wall would go in front of that.
Oh,
These
yeah.
the walls would turn sideways, and you would run them across tracks and then close it behind it. And we would do it while the people were in there. If we had to expand the club or make it
All right.
smaller, we would just move them out of their chairs and start moving the walls.
Boy,
Huh.
I see those Connecticut Confederate flags, man. That would just not be done today.
Nope.
No.
Wow. I've even seen a couple of bands who used to be the Dixie something or other, the Dixie Six or the Dixie whatever. They've changed
Sure.
their names. The Dixie is no longer an acceptable term. Which
Not
is
politically correct.
Yeah.
Well, we still have the Dukes of Dixieland down here.
well, we'll see how long that lasts, But
There's the mustache cup, $125.
The dollar.
Yeah.
That was $1.75, wasn't it?
Wasn't it 250
Oh,
in the other side?
$1.75, you're right.
sounds
Yeah,
right.
the mugs were $1.75, but with the beer they were $2.50. And and they get their refills for 75 cents.
Yeah.
If you wanted a single beer in New Orleans, you had to buy the mug.
And then you could turn it in.
But you could turn it
You
in.
could turn it in, or you could get it refilled for 75 cents.
Or you could buy a mug and you see them hanging on the ceiling in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The mug's hanging on the rafters, and if you're in the
That's not the mug,
club-
that's not Mug Club, Barry?
Yeah, that's the mug
Yeah.
club.
Mug Club.
And then,
Although
and
why
then
you-
Billy had a way of making sure that he gave the right mug back to each person.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Guaranteed. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Isn't that guy whose picture is under the all the way far left? Isn't that the one that would never stay straight no matter what we do at night? You know, it's straight right there, but it would always go crooked on us. Yeah.
Yeah.
The club was haunted. We would sit around after work and just drink and tell stories about it. But everybody had a story about something they heard or saw while they were there, if they were there by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And look,
Denver
look
Club
what's
was
that,
like
the
that. too.
speakers. The speakers, that's before we got the Shure system, where we had those two little box speakers and a little bitty amp. And it sounded like shit, but we're happy as could be. And then we got the Shure system, and we thought our shit did its thing.
Yeah. I can see part of the movie screen all the way to the right.
Oh, yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the second waiter had to set the projector, and then whoever was handy pulled down the screen. Sometimes the screen was right in front of the bandstand when they were full. Because sometimes like this wasn't full house when it was. Wasn't the bandstand all the way at the one end for
half room.
Half room.
half room, right? Okay, and full room it was in the middle.
Yeah, 3/4
This
is
is full room right here.
Yeah, that whole thing rolled too. You know, and it was heavy with that piano on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way I remember it, because I was only there for Mardi Gras a couple of times, and that's the way I remember it.
Right.
Yeah, but it was a pretty good idea when they made it half a room, because during the week, you wouldn't want to try to fill this big thing up with very few people. So they'd make it half the size, and it was easier to get people to come in.
Sure.
That was a genius idea, I thought.
I thought
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah.
It cut down to about 90 people, Tom.
Yeah.
90 people at half room.
Because when you were standing at the door getting people to come in, when that whole
yeah.
big place was empty, it looked crazy.
Yeah.
Sure.
But at half room, the band was pretty close to wasn't that far from the front door, and it looked good. People would come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, places that look crowded or look, it's more attractive to the people coming off the street.
Well, you're better off filling a small place than having a half-empty big one.
Yeah.
Well, Fritzl seats 65 people, but then the bar area, people stand at the bar, there's another 50 people there. So, so we get 110, 120 people, even though it only sits 60, 65.
You
What
still
about
there
us?
one night a week, Bar?
Say what now?
You there just one night a week now?
It's one night a week. That's enough.
Mhm.
They haven't
You
got
must
upstairs open?
you must look forward to that night.
I do.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember this guy?
It's your dad, wasn't it?
I'm just kidding.
Never seen
I'm
that.
just kidding. I have no idea.
What in the world?
Was that Wes Mix?
I think so.
God.
All right, yeah, Wes would love that.
Les Musk, you would call him wizard.
This is the outside of the St. Louis Club.
Really?
And I love these cars there, though.
Oh,
Aren't they
yeah.
I
great?
mean, that thing's as big as an RV.
What's that, a Bodyville?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
look
lot.
like it.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
little,
How long did the St. Louis Club last?
I think they said like just a couple of years.
Yeah.
not
When-
long.
Yeah, Bill Meehan was there, and he was telling us about that place when he was on the call here. And
Right.
I think he said 3 years, maybe it was 2, but it wasn't long.
Well, the outside, the exterior looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, your black and red motif. Yeah.
It was a place
I was
called Gaslight Square.
Gaslight Square, right?
And so there's a bunch of clubs there. If you look there, O'Connell's, Mr. D's, 3 clubs right in a row. So you got
Yeah.
an entertainment center.
Yeah. That's always handy for filling a place up when you can just have people coming out of one club coming to your club too.
But St. Louis was divided by the highway. 70 comes right through there. And this was on the side towards the river. So it was always broken up from downtown. I grew up there, and it was Gaslight Square never took off.
Oh,
Yeah, well, the little placards on the front says New York, Boston, St. Louis, Cape Cod,
Cod.
Todd.
and does that say New Orleans all the way in the back?
Looks
can't
like it.
read
Yeah, New Orleans.
Those gas lights in front, those are the ones we had in front of the New York Club mounted on the wall. Remember that, Barry?
Yeah.
Those are the same lights.
really?
Yep. But they were mounted on the wall.
The Denver Club had the same type of lights outside. It had maybe 4 or 5 lights out in front.
Hello?
And they had the gas lights too in Denver. Didn't
And that's what we had in New York was gas.
Were they really
Were they really
gas
had
lights?
some of those lights too.
Were they really gas lights?
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think so.
The
I
ones
don't
in
think
New
they were
York,
electric.
the ones in New York really were gas lights. And because
Yeah.
I remember when we had a blackout in New York, the famous blackout in New York, I think it was 67 or around right around there. And the only lights in the entire city were gas lights, and so you went to Sheridan Square and you could see your way
You could
around
see 'em,
only
yeah.
only because the lights on the side of the mustache.
Yeah, that was in,
And they were
I
working.
have that happened in like November of 65. I was flying I just gotten out of boot camp from the Navy, flying from Chicago to JFK, and about, 10 minutes before we were gonna come into land, the pilot comes over and he says, he sounded kind of nervous. He said, we've run into a bit of a problem. The entire New York area, all the way up to Canada. is
That's
in
right.
Total blankout.
Oh, I
So
remember
we
that.
flew, they switched us to Philadelphia. We took a puddle jumper from Philadelphia to Newark, and then a bus from Newark to JFK, and I put my sea bag down and slept until about 8 in the morning, and the power came back on. Remember
Wow.
that day really well.
You know, didn't they say there was an incredible amount of children born 9 months after that?
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
That
That's
famous
right.
blackout.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Good Billy.
Well,
Good Billy. Didn't Jeff say he put up those gas lights in New York?
he did. One of the meetings, one of our Zoom meetings, he talked about that.
Jeff put them up?
That's what he said.
I don't remember. Well, that was before my time.
No, but he said he did. It was before my time
Yeah.
too, but he said he's the one that got them, acquired them and put them up.
Well, they were there, but maybe he, I suspect what he means is that he got new lights and maybe rearranged it, but certainly the gas lights were there when it was Nick's.
Hmm.
Nick Rongetti had a jazz club there for years.
Right.
And
Well, weren't there some? There were some on the outside of the New York. Wasn't there some outside of the New York Club too?
that's the ones we're talking about. That's the
okay.
ones I'm talking about.
Okay.
There were
Yeah, I
about
remember
10
Jeff
there were
talking-
about 10 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Jeff saying something about it, but I can't remember. We'd have to zip back through all the Zoom meetings. He did
So they
mention
weren't
that.
there when Joel opened the club.
Oh, no, Gim's saying they were.
There had been gas lights there for years. I think probably what Jeff means is that he changed them such that they fit the new motif more than the old one.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm figuring. That's what I'm guessing. I don't really remember. Like Bill said, he talked about it, but I don't remember specifically what he said.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I need to cut out time for dinner here.
Go look for that pink.
Okay.
Take
Good
care,
to see you,
Steve.
Pete.
I will, Barry.
Here,
I'll let
Peter.
you know.
See you next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see if it still fits, Pete.
Yeah, Peter.
yeah.
Peter,
Bye,
I
Peter.
never got over that. I never got
you-
over it.
Are you gonna show
All
up
right.
with
can
that
tell.
speed on there?
That's thought, Barry.
Well,
Yeah,
that's-
you-
Take care, guys.
hey, Barry, that's
Peter, you need to locate those shorts for next week's meeting, man.
That'd be
Yeah,
good.
right.
You gotta bring them to Connecticut.
Be a real
Sure.
short meeting.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
All right,
Peter.
bye, Peter.
Bye, Pete.
Bye,
I'm
Pete.
gonna have to run too, Tom.
All right, Rick, see you
Let us
later.
know.
All
Good
right,
night, Pete. Good night,
I
Rick.
will, I'll let you know.
Yes, say goodnight, Gracie. See y'all next week.
All right,
All
We're
right.
gonna be down maybe the next week after that or something.
bye, David. Yeah, we're trying.
What's that?
Okay, keep in touch.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I'll
Well,
let
if-
you
if
know.
Tom-
I'll let you know
Tom's on-
Thursday.
If Tom's on the road, I can start it up if y'all want it, or unless we're taking a break, whatever.
I'm afraid if you take a break, they'll never come back.
Yeah. Cause I
See
can, I
y'all,
can. Yeah.
see y'all
Okay.
next
All right,
week.
Okay,
Take care,
good
bye,
night.
Mike.
All right, Michael.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm getting buzzed from my wife to come help make dinner. So I'll be leaving. now.
Oh, okay.
All right, see y'all later. I'm gonna get off too.
I'm gonna check out too, guys.
All right,
See you
see y'all
later.
later. Snake,
See
have
you
a
Right
good
on
week.
next Friday.
Bill,
Good night, guys.
bye-bye,
Ira,
guys.
see you later, Ira.
All righty.
Ending the
See
meeting.
ya.